Hello everybody, my name is Michael and I work for the Math Lab, and today we're going to be trying to convert the following inequality, x is less than 5, into interval notation. And so to begin with, I want to go over some inequality signs and what they mean, and then I also want to mention that you read inequalities from left to right. So this is read as 3 is less than 5, and this is read as x is greater than 10. And so now I want to help build an understanding of what interval notation means. So let's say that we had number line and 3 and 7 were on it. Let's say that you already know that x could be anything between 3 and 7 and 3 and 7 themselves. Well, what you would say is, well, x can be anything between 3 and 7. And since I know 3 and 7 are also included points, I'm going to put a bracket on them. That's what a bracket means. That means that the endpoints of an interval are included as well. So another thing to mention is that the lower number, the smaller number, goes on the left side of the bracket or parenthesis. It's basically a starting point of your interval. And then the number that goes on the right side of the bracket or parenthesis is the ending point of your interval, or the bigger number. Hope that makes sense. Now, if I was to instead show you this in parentheses, what I'm basically saying instead is that everything between 3 and 7 works, just not 3 and 7 themselves. So in this case, I know that basically with parentheses, all I'm saying is that the endpoints aren't included. You're still putting the smaller number on the left, you're still putting the bigger number on the right. Just the endpoints, the 3 and 7, aren't actually included. You're just describing everything between them. So now let's try to work with the inequality that we have and write it in interval notation. So here's the inequality represented on a number line. I know that x can be anything less than 5, so basically I know x can be everything to the left of 5. And so I know basically that x can be everything to the left of 5. However, now I'm going to figure out where x stops working. Can x be 5 itself? Well, no, x cannot be 5 itself because we can't say that 5 is less than 5. So there's a hole there. Now that I know that, let me describe the starting point of our interval. Well, our interval doesn't really have a starting point because it's everything to the left of 5 works. How we represent it, if we can just keep going to the left forever, is basically negative infinity. And then we know that the next point, the point where we end, is going to be the 5. The number on the right that ends the interval is 5. I already know that 5 is not included because there's a hole there. Now I need to think about whether negative infinity is included or not. And well, negative infinity is actually not included because negative infinity isn't really a defined point to end your interval on, because it's just a concept of numbers going on forever. So we always use parentheses for that. Now, I hope that made sense. Good luck, everybody. If you need any more help, come see me or any of my other friends in the Math Lab.